Okay, hello and welcome to another episode of Is That Trophy Worth It? The series where we take a look at games that I have platinumed and we ask the question of if you should platinum them. Today, we're looking at the good old game Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, my second favourite game, only followed by its predecessor, Oblivion. Although Skyrim is probably objectively the better game, but come on, you can't tell me that Oblivion isn't funny as anything. Right, let's not go into Oblivion because we're talking about Skyrim. Because if I start about Oblivion, I will not stop because I love that game so much. So, Skyrim is a role playing game, action, adventure, that kind of stuff. And it is so fun. So fun. You can play the game however you want. You can have a million different ways of setting up your build. You can install mods now. And it's probably recommended you install mods now because, well, the game is, what, 11 years old? It came out in 2011 and then got ported in 2016. So it's an old one. And it's just such a fun platinum. So you can use, and like I say, you can play it anyway. You don't have to do the story straight away. You can go straight into side quests. That's what I do. I always, as soon as I get to scaling the throat of the world to meet the Greybeards, I always go side questing. Always, every time. I'll focus the story till that point, and then after that, nope, we're going straight into the side quests. And there are some amazing side quests. There's so much lore and depth to the world. You can learn about the Dwemer, the Falmer, and so if you want to do that, you go to Markarth. If you want to do the Thieves Guild, you go to Riften. Whiterun, you can always do the Companions. Civil War is all across the world, although it's kind of useless. If you want to go Falkreath, you can go to Falkreath. Falkreath is one of the more underused places, but it's got a house. It's got a Hircine quest. It's got Anya's hut to the south, where you can level archery, which I go to every time. I think it's Anya. I think that's her name. Don't remember completely. But let's start just talking about the trophy list. So it's a 14.79% platinum on PSN profiles, and pardon me, a 3.2 on across PSN. It has 3 DLCs: the Dawnguard, Dragonborn, and I can't remember the other one, Hearthfire, the house one. But if we're talking about the DLCs, I would recommend also playing through the DLCs. I played through Dawnguard and Dragonborn, and obviously you don't really play through Hearthfire, but you can do the stuff in it, and I probably would do the stuff in it. But, I mean, Dawnguard focuses on vampires, and either being for or against vampires, and you get different perks for being a werewolf and vampire and that kind of stuff. Also introduces some new dragons. And then Dragonborn's focusing on Solstheim, which is an island off Morrowind. For those of you who have played Morrowind, you'll know that you can go to Solstheim in Morrowind. But it's all about Marak, the first Dragonborn, and adds a lot of depth and lore to the Dragon Priests and you, the Dragonborn yourself. And also adds some quite interesting stuff about Hermaeus Mora. I think that's his name. Eye guy. He is the eye guy. You get new shouts. You get new armor. You can tame dragons. You get the whole new arrow, obviously. So the DLCs, highly recommend playing. They're amazing. As for the normal 50 trophies, you've got all the story stuff. You've got the Companions. Then you've got the College of Winterhold. You've got the Thieves Guild, and you've got the Dark Brotherhood. And Stormcloaks. So those are the main, you get those for completing quest lines. So let's go through each of them individually. The story can be very underwhelming at the end, because typically when I beat Alduin, I'm way over leveled for him because I've done so many side quests. So Alduin can be a fun boss fight if you don't over level yourself. But if you're like me, you'll be way over leveled, and therefore you will find it just kind of mundane and boring. But it's still a climactic end, and it still is nice to defeat Alduin. It's probably more fun going through the temple beforehand, or the barrow beforehand, I should say. And defeating the dragon priest and that kind of stuff. That's quite fun. As for, let's go for which one was first. The companions. Companions can be quite underwhelming, but it's a good way to start with. I would start with it. Out of all the other side quests, easy levels, and it's just a good place to start. The College of Winterhold, if you're a mage, this is a go-to. You know, I'm not a mage, so I don't find it particularly amazing, and I feel like the College of Winterhold was very underutilized. But you'll find more if you're a mage, so I think you'll enjoy it if you're a mage, that is. And you'll actually, I think you'll enjoy it in general. Then you enjoy all of these. The Thieves Guild is arguably the best guild, and honestly has an amazing storyline. So I heavily recommend doing it. Also, you get to be a nightingale. You get to steal lots of stuff. Forge ledgers, all that kind of stuff for money. It's great. And we've got then the Dark Brotherhood, which obviously is killing people. So I'm just gonna say that and move on, because and one thing you can do with Dark Brotherhood is you can inform the guards about them, and that's always quite fun. However, I would recommend not doing that. I'd recommend playing through the Dark Brotherhood questline itself, because you do kill some pretty fun people. And then you've got the taking sides, which will be the Stormcloaks or the Imperial Army. Stormcloaks, if you've got a brain. Well, actually, no, if you've got a heart. Imperial Army, if you've got a brain. And I don't have a brain, so I always go Stormcloaks. Probably the worst questline out of all of them, because it's very repetitive, but it's still fun, and you should still do it. And it is fun to try and be. It's just like, wow, you got politics in this game? Wow. And you get to learn a lot about the lore of the world and stuff like that. As for the stuff, completing side quests, completing miscellaneous objectives, you gotta just do some random stuff. You get this one here, pick 50 locks and 50 pockets, you get during the Thieves Guild. Probably the same with the Persuade, Bribe, and Intimidate, sorry. You have to find some standing stones, which you find 3 of them straight off the bat if you pay attention. Buying a house can be annoying, but you should get the one in Whiterun pretty easily. And then it's just a bunch of like miscellaneous stuff, you know, having certain amount of gold, clear so many dungeons, get a skill to 100, which you'll naturally do. You'll naturally do all of these if you play the game properly. And then it's reach level 50, and then all 3 out to the shout. Like absorbing dragon souls, like all of them are pretty easy. The only annoying one that you might need to watch out for is collect 15 Daedric artifacts, because you can decide to not obtain some. This is the issue. This is the problem I found, because I made a mistake in an early quest. It's to do with people being like sleepy in. Oh no, I can't remember the name of the city, and I don't have my Skyrim poster up. Oh no, no, it's not Solitude. It's Dawnguard, no, Dawnstar. Dawnstar, yes, in Dawnstar, that one. I opted to not take the Daedric artifact, which was a mistake, because at the time I wasn't thinking about it, and then later on I found out, oh wait, I cannot get 15 because I think it's only like 16 or something that you can get, because you can get both of her scenes if you play the quest right in her scenes, aka you cheese it. Now, I'm gonna start wrapping up this video because I feel like I've rambled enough, and I'm gonna give you both of my scores at the same time because they're both 10 out of 10. I'm very biased, but it's one of my favorite games, so I want all of you to play it. Anyway, that's been it from me for today. I'll see you next time. Peace.